Alright, this is a really good question, and I've been meaning to go into this anyway, so this is really well timed. Thank you for asking this. Let's see, let me pull up. Okay, I have my browser open here, and I have 6 tabs open. And in these tabs, you see a little icon associated with each of the services. Google has this little G with some colors. GoToWebinar has this little orange old flower thing. Facebook has the recognizable blue F. Ning has their green, the little green emblem that Ning uses. Hootsuite has their classic owl on a light blue background. And I now have a little icon that's my little orange notepad that says Ask Kim, even though you can't read it. Okay, that also displays up here in the address bar right next to my URL name. This icon, this image, is known as a favicon or favicon, and the story behind this is it's essentially a favorites icon. This is a favorites icon, and generally speaking, there's two ways to approach this. It's kind of like a lot of the other things that we do on our blogs. There's a way that involves you having to open the FTP client or open the file manager in cPanel and upload a little file, which a lot of people are still scared to death of, but is nice because you only do it once. Okay, you do it once and then you don't have to continually run a plugin. The alternative is there's a plugin that I recommend, and I'll go show you where it's at, by Max Blog Press, and the advantage of it is it has some built-in favicons. You can get some of the ones that's built in, or you can use a custom one. I'm going to show you where to make one in a moment, and it lets you really easily add one to your blog. The downside is it's yet another plugin that we're running constantly, and I know that some of my community members have heard me stress. I don't know, some of you guys that are newer to this call, too many plugins is really bad news. And particularly plugins that one simple action, that one thing you could do would remove the need for, are ideal plugins to get rid of. And so with the example of the favicon, we really suggest just uploading it to the host. Okay, but let me walk you through both aspects. First, you want to start with making one. And so I'm going to open a new tab, and I'm going to come to favicon.cc. And the favicon is this .cc is a generator. And what you have to realize is that these images are super tiny, and so often when we make them at this big scale, they look fuzzy or they look wrong. Okay, so we have to use the little previewer down here to get it to look right, because visually they sometimes look really funky in here. Now you can use the color picker here, and you can use the little erase or color tools. And let's say for example, your icon is an S. Let's do Syndication Alliance. Let's say you've got SA. Okay, now that's just terrible here, but they're never going to look real good. You don't in pixels. But if you come down here, you can see approximately I've got an SA going on. Now we were going to do a little better than that, because you can take an image that's not super detailed and upload it. And so we're going to come up here and we're going to do import image, browse. Oh, where'd my browse box go? Oh, it's under the webinar stuff. Okay, get back here. Let's see if I can find some. Let's get this blue swirly. Upload. That image may be a little big. Oh, there it is. Okay. And this is essentially a blue spiral, but you can see that it looks terrible at this resolution. Okay? But if you come down to the little preview tool, you can see it doesn't look too bad in the preview. And the preview is what it will look like. So we have to just accommodate for that. Now you can touch up this image, or you can alter it, or you can shift its colors or whatever. But all you do here is, where did it go? Oh, here it is. Download Favicon. It's down here under the preview. And you're going to click it. And you're going to download a file that says favicon.ico. And you want to save that file. And be sure you know where you're saving it to on your system, of course. Let's look at the plugin first, because I can turn that off easily. Now, I've got a site I've been playing with for testing. Richard Bryant. Let's log into this one. The link for the Favicon plugin is in the chat box. JustAskKim.com/recommends MVP Favicon. Max BlogPress Favicon. And you scroll down here and you click on download. And you save file. Plug into your dashboard. Plugins add new. Upload. Browse, downloads, Max BlogPress, favicon.zip, install now. Okay, come down to settings, MVP Favicon, register it. Of course, I'm already registered with them, but it doesn't hurt me to be in the system again. There's no duplication. Okay, and here you can see it load, and they have a lot of pre-included images. Okay, and this lets you, if you just want something and you don't want to fuss with it and you just want it up like right now, that's the quickest way to do it. Select one and there you go. But they also have upload from my computer. And so you click that, you click browse, and we're going to go to that image we saved, favicon.ico, and click save. Okay, Favicon uploaded from local computer and activated. Let's see if it'll pull up. Okay. The browsers tend to cache images, and so they don't always show up right away, and I've had this problem with that icon being there. And so, you know, that's all it takes to run it. What you would normally do if you don't want to run the plugin is to open up your FTP client. In my case, that's FileZilla. Let me drag it over here and open it up and log into the server. I don't have one on One True Journey, so let's put it there. Okay, and so logged in, and over here on the server side, I open this up and I go to public HTML, which is where all your blog pages live. Assuming that it's the only blog on your host, okay, or it's the first blog on your host, it will be in public HTML. If you have multiple blogs on your host, it'll be in a similarly named folder to your blog inside this folder. So I could have a folder inside here named onetruejourney.com if I had multiple blogs on this host. Okay, but this one only has that. And then on the left hand, that's the host on the right hand side. And on the left hand side is my computer. And so I'm going to go to the downloads section. And I'm going to scroll down to Favicon. Oh, and I've got two going on here. You got to make sure for this that it's named favicon.ico, that there's not a 2 attached to it. And then you just drag and drop it from the left hand side to the right hand side into the file section so it doesn't fall in a folder, and turn loose, and that copies it up to the host. You see the transfer went real quick. That's all that's required, and let's see if it'll refresh. Okay, there it is. There it is. It loaded. You see up here in this browser bar I have the little blue spiral, and here in the tab I have the little blue spiral. That's all I needed to do.